Hello and welcome to the Cedar Grove Chamber of Commerce Roundtable. My name is Scott Drucker and I'm the Promotions Director of the Cedar Grove Chamber of Commerce. It is my great honor to have our first guest on the show here today, Mr. Al Rosen from Treasures Unlimited. Welcome, Al. It's really nice to have you on the show.
Pleasure to be here, Scott.
So tell me, Al, your business goes back 30 years?
30 years ago, I was driving on Pompton Avenue and I got caught in traffic in front of the old Carvel, and I looked to my right and there was the old upholstery store. So I decided to say, what does that little sign say? And it's for rent. And I was with the government at the time, and I decided I was going to turn my hobby into a business. And I was riding around looking for locations, and I glanced at that little Tudor building and I said, gee, where am I? Let me go in and talk to the landlord. Long story short, I went in and I met Sal Costanzo. He said, store's for rent, the upholsterer is moving down the block. I said, I'd like to have this store. I could make it into a nice jewelry store. He says, you got 50 bucks? I said, I don't know, maybe. He says, well, how much do you have? I says, I have about $30. He says, give me the $30, shake my hand, and we've got a deal. And that's how I signed my first lease, and I've been here ever since.
Al, I've observed you with great pleasure over the last 30 years, and I've seen you establish the confidence of a lot of the consumers in the area. I went in to see Al, and I said, Al, I want to buy a diamond. And Al said, wait a minute, stop right here. You're not just going to buy a diamond, you're going to get an education. And that was really impressed me about you, Al, because when we sat down, you would not let me buy a diamond off the shelf, of which I knew nothing about.
No, we don't allow anyone to come in green, sit down and say, I want to buy a diamond. It just doesn't work that way in today's environment. Our protocol is we'd like to have people spend an hour, hour and a half with us. We sit down and we go over everything about the 4 C's that everyone discusses. They see it online. You can read about it: cut, color, clarity, carat weight. But what you can't do online is physically touch, hold, use a microscope, examine things in your hand. You can get some technical information online, which is good, and we encourage that. But we like to sit down, give you an education, let you look at a dozen diamonds.
So you know what you're buying.
So you understand why I can show you 8 different diamonds that weigh 1 carat each and have 8 different values. You need to understand the differentials between each stone. So we do that on our first appointment with any client. And then we like to say to the client, we give them other information to take home and read, and which reinforces what we discuss. And take a few days to absorb what we've discussed. Go out, poke around, shop around, get some ideas what the market is like out there. And if you're comfortable, give me a call. We'll set up an appointment, and that's our next step. And then we try to discuss and establish a budget. We are firm believers that you establish a budget that you are comfortable with, that you can afford without overextending yourself, and within that budget, there is a quality product to be had.
You have a second generation of customer service to the families out there, but what's interesting is I can't understand why anyone could possibly buy a diamond off the internet without seeing it.
It's a new environment with the younger crowd, and they're all internet savvy, and we understand that, okay? We like to enforce that they do get educated, find technical information on that internet. There are lots of sites to go to. But we also reinforce that you need to be hands-on, and you need to think about after your purchase. If there's a problem with the ring, if the size doesn't fit right, if 6 months from now she caught the ring on her desk and she bent the prong, you need to think about who do you go to after that?
Right, exactly. Okay? And there's nobody to except for you.
Exactly.
In fact, a lot of, as I've come in your store from time to time, I see a great many people coming in for watch repairs, for having little trinkets taken care of.
We do a full service situation. Everything is done on the premises. It's myself and my jeweler Al. Okay, we have a fully operational manufacturing plant in the store.
True.
We can do things on the spot. We can do things overnight. Our normal time is a couple of days to do anything. Custom designs take a few weeks sometimes because I have to do computer renderings and then I have to make a model. And one point that I would like to bring up that with the gold mania that's,
yeah,
that's
that was,
raging
next
through
thing
the
I wanna
country
talk
now
about.
about people selling their gold. A lot of people don't understand that, they say, well, I heard gold was $1,220 an ounce. That price is the mark price for pure gold traded on
Okay.
the exchanges. When people come in to sell gold, we have to break down their jewelry
grade
into
of the-
carat.
Right.
10 carat, 14 carat, 18 carat, and most people don't understand what's going on. So we have to explain to them that if you have a piece of jewelry that's 14 karat gold, that means you have 14 parts gold, 10 parts alloy, because the number must add to 24.
Right. So if I brought you a charm bracelet and then one piece was a 24 karat, another
One
was
is
14 or
18.
18, you'd have to separately weigh
we
them
separate it out.
and-
18 karat would be 18 parts gold, 6 parts alloy.
Okay.
Final number must be 24. So proportionately, we must take that pure gold price and break it down into each individual carat price. 14 karat price, 18 karat price, 22 karat price, even dental price.
Right.
The gold in your
Wow.
teeth is 16 karat.
Wow.
The state monitors our scales. Weights and measures are in every year. And I monitor my scale on a daily basis, every day.
It's certified, isn't it?
Well, every day, we balance it. We have a pure gold weight that we balance on to make sure, because it does deviate.
Right.
These scales are very sensitive. Even the air conditioning can make them flutter a little bit. Okay? And we have diamond scales, when we weigh diamonds. Okay? So we have to monitor those also, and the state follows through on that. Right now, the state is under the impression that there's a lot of these fly-by-night
Yeah.
gold buying situations popping
Read
up
in
in
the
the
paper
hotels and
lately,
stuff.
yeah.
People have to be careful about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
People
You have
be
to go
careful
to
about
somebody you can trust and.
And what we do is, if someone comes in with an old charm bracelet that they haven't worn in 20 years, it's a good time to get the dollars out of it. But if the same person would come in with an elaborate ring that I'm looking at and I'm saying, this was 4 or 5 days worth of labor to construct this ring, it's all hand done, I will encourage them not to sell it.
All right.
All right, because what they're going to get for material value is just not worth giving up the labor factor that created the piece. And most people understand. Some people don't understand.
But Al, give me your address. So you're at 5.
We're at 574 Pompton Avenue, right next to the PNC Bank.
And your telephone number.
973-239-0995.
And everyone wants to know Al's website,
TreasuresUnlimitedJewelers.com.
Treasure Unlimited, and Al, your email, because I know you're a big email person.
AlTreasures574@AOL.com.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
Till we meet again.
Okay, Scott. Thank you.
We'll be back with the next guest of the Cedar Grove Chamber of Commerce Roundtable. And thank you very much for this evening for inviting us into your homes.